So it says, then Jesus told his disciples, if any want to become my followers, let them deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For those who want to save their life will lose it, and those who lose their life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit them if they gain the whole world but forfeit their life? Or what will they give in return for their life? And so this particular verse, the Lord is pretty much trying to tell us that the cross, because he tells us that for us to follow him, we have to walk the same path that he walked. We have to pick up our cross and follow him. But then what is that cross? And the cross is self-denial. The cross is saying to oneself that all the things that I'm desiring, all the things that I want, what I think that I need, my own pleasures, my own desires, that you're laying them down in exchange for heavenly desires, in exchange for whatever God has in store for you and I. So this was the verse that came in when I was waking up from sleep this morning. And then the dream that I had was I was standing at the doorway to a school, more so to a classroom. And then this woman, a young lady actually, came to the door, and she was wanting to come in to take an exam. And my position at the door was to examine those that were coming in to determine whether or not they were ready for the exams that they were about to take. And this particular woman was not ready at all. She had not studied. She had not taken the time to prepare. And so I was dissuading her and telling her to go back and go prepare, that she was not ready for the test that she was about to take. But she was really convinced that she just wanted to come in and just take this test. And somehow what was going on was that she wanted what was coming after the test. That was what she was really aiming for. And she didn't really care how she was going to get it. She just wanted to take the test. And I was trying to explain to her that in order to take the test, you want to be prepared. Because what happens in life a lot of times is that when we're unprepared for certain trials, when we're unprepared for certain tests, we walk in and then we fail the test, and then we have to face that same test over and over and over again. And there is nothing more painful than repeating a test, repeating a trial over and over and over again. And what I was getting from the dream was that there are many of us that are going to be standing at that doorway between preparation and the trial in the lives of many of the people that we love. And God will put you at that doorway where you can see things that you really should not be able to see. Where you can see the shift in the season, and that someone is probably walking into a season of trial. And the Lord might put you in that person's life to be the one who brings the attention to that person to say, hey, listen, you are not ready for what you're about to walk into. This thing you're about to walk into can crush you because you're unprepared. We might be the ones that are being called to intercede, not just in a place of prayer, but intercede even from a place of wisdom and knowledge. We might be the ones that might have to dissuade people and tell them, listen, the marriage that you're about to walk into, this is not something that you want to do right now. You are not prepared for it. And it's because you can see, the Lord gives you wisdom to see their unpreparedness. The question then becomes, how bold are we to open our mouths and tell people these particular things, knowing fully well that the impact or the repercussion might not be something that we want to receive. For some of us, they might call you envious. They might say you're jealous of them. They might be really, really pissed that you're standing in the way of their life. They might tell you that you're controlling, that who are you to tell them what to do and what not to do. And you have to get ready to receive these types of backlashes, because it comes with that position. It comes with being the person that's going to have to say some of these things to others. For some of you, you might have a friend or a family member, someone in your community who's about to make a financial decision, and you know the person isn't ready for it. You see that the person has not stewarded the little that they have. You see how the person manages finances in their own personal lives, and you know that this big decision they're about to make financially is going to crush them. And you might be the one that has to stand up and say, hey, listen, I know that you've wanted this thing for so long, but you are not ready. And so for you who's at the door, it is not a beautiful position. It's not an easy position. It's not an easy place to be, because some will ignore you and walk past anyway, and that is okay. That is okay. That is so okay. The likes of me, I walked past so many people that were standing at the door, and even though it took me decades to get to the place of breaking and suffering and complete repentance and surrender, even though it took multiple failed tests to get there, God still works everything out for the good of those who love him. And so take heart. Do not feel bad. Do not feel like, oh my God, I wish they had listened to me, and so on and so forth. It's not your job to take on their decision. It is simply your job to obey the Spirit of the Lord that's moving you. And so, when we're dealing with the spirit of like people pleasing and all of that and wanting to be liked by men, when the Lord asks us to do certain things like this, we may want to walk a different direction. We may want to be like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be the one to have to say this. And then also be the one when they do walk into that trial, to be the one who's there to catch them when they're falling, to be the one who's there to encourage them through it all. I had those people in my life, I really did. So what I'm saying is, if they ignore you and they move forward anyway, and they face the trial and it crushes them so bad, and they go through a season of grief, be there, pray for them, intercede, encourage them. Do not say I told you so, and allow the Lord to use that crushing for their own good and for his glory. And then if you find that the Lord keeps putting you in positions where you are being told to step boldly in faith and speak up concerning people's lives and decisions and their seasons of trials, do it anyway. And if they break up with you, if they decide they're not going to talk to you anymore, if they judge you for that very thing, it's okay. It's hard, I know, but it is okay, because the Lord, he sees it all. He sees it all. And for you, obedience is what he's looking for. There's something in you and in myself that he's crushing and breaking when he puts you in the life of someone like that. There might be something in us, something about, not wanting to face men because of the feedback and the impact. We might fear the impact so much that we might not want to obey. And he might be putting us in that kind of position to move us into places of obedience, and to learn how to deal with the blowback, and to learn how to stand steady, for our identity to remain firm, even when people around us are treating us unkind, or people around us are misunderstanding or judging us, to still learn how to stand firm in those situations. Okay, so back to that verse that we got today. I'm going to read it one more time. Matthew 16 verse 26, and it says, "For what will it profit them if they gain the whole world but forfeit their life? Or what will they give in return for their life?" So no one can buy their life. Our lives are very, very priceless. So of what profit is it to anyone who gains the whole world, who has money and power and influence and all of that, but their soul is empty and dry, and they lack reverence and they lack intimacy with God? What does it profit anyone who gains all of those things? But the world wants us to focus so much on those things and completely just ignore the things that matter the most. Okay, thank you. Before I move on, I wanted to show you guys this shirt. This girl is so excited, but I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but I'll show you the front and I'll show you the back. All right, so this is a merch. It's coming soon, and it's one of our t-shirts with Warriors of Grace, and this says John 3:16. All right, so this is our merch. It's coming soon, and once we are out, we're gonna talk to you guys. We'll let you guys know about it.